Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for having the audacity to join me today. So, as you know, you've read the topic. The topic is going to be about two Mammy Rangers that are very familiar in these YouTube streets that always have something to say about Black women. This is the time that people should be celebrating their families, should be loving on each other. This is a time where Black women are definitely winning. Um, we're winning in the court system. Shout out to Megan the Stallion. We're winning in the homes. We're winning in the entrepreneurship. We're winning in the school system. We're winning all around the board. But for some reason, these Mammy Rangers have the goal and they spend their entire lives trying to drag Black women back into the negative realm of Blackistan, to keep us there, to hold us down. They are literally appalled at Black women trying to elevate themselves. They want Black women to stay down. They want Black women to be in the gutter with them. And they are just absolutely, hold on. And these women are definitely the Mammy Brigade. I call them the Mammy Rangers. They are 10 toes down for anything related to Black men. They do not want any elevation of Black women. And they spend their time trying to find content to speak negatively about Black women, even when it's untrue. Even when the content that they find has absolutely nothing to do with Black women, they will make it a Black women's issue by pretending that the women that they are speaking of are Black women, when in fact they are just Black males and the women that they deal with. So give me a minute. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming. Make sure that you hit that like button as you come in. Give your girl some love. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you appreciate the content. Make sure that you leave comments in the comment section, and definitely give a thumbs up because it allows the channel to get in the algorithm and brings other people to the channel. But we gonna get into this nonsense with 6 feet and Crimson Curse today, because these two, I mean, when I say they irk my nerves, these two, and I know that I should just ignore them, but these two are the absolute epitome of disgusting to me. And I honestly believe that in a past life they were both males at one point. That's all alleged. That's my own opinion. But I honestly believe that these two identified as males in their past life. So give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna give the channel a chance to get in the algorithm. Everybody hit that like button, and I'll be right back. This conversation is going to be about these two Mammy Rangers, Crimson Curse and 6 Feet Dummy, going forward. Thank you. So if people don't know who Crimson Curse and 6 feet the goodness is, I don't blame you. These two are really, even though they have larger channels, these two are really women who, like I said, identify as males, and they fight hard, tooth and nail for the upliftment of Black men, and they absolutely degrade and belittle Black women as much as they can. Even though they phenotypically look like Black women, I don't think that they actually identify themselves as Black women. I think they more so identify themselves as men. But, that's all allegedly. That's my own opinion. So, like I said, Black women were enjoying their holidays, if they celebrate the holidays, were enjoying their holidays with their families, with their children. They were looking beautiful all over the internet. Meg the Stallion just won her case from being victimized by a troll and by by a little leprechaun and his family. She was just the internet was just celebrating her, telling her, giving her kudos, giving her roses. And like I said, black women and their beautiful families were all over the internet. Black women are just winning. This in this age, black women are showing our resilience. As you can see in my picture, we are unique. We are sensational. We are resilient. We are virtual women, and we just been doing our thing. Just been really just causing an uproar amongst the Mammy Rangers. For some reason, these Mammy Rangers can't just take themselves and their kings and go about their business and leave black women who don't want to be associated with alone. They just can't let black women live. They just can't let black women be great. They feel like if we leave the herd for some reason, that it will collapse. So even though they speak so negatively about black women and they put us in this bubble of disgrace, they for some reason want us to be, they want to keep us in that bubble. They want to keep black women in this realm of dystopia that they are in. And they just don't want to let us go, so they keep us in their mouths. They keep the conversation going about black women and how horrible we are and how disgusting we are, when it's really just them self deflect, they're deflecting about their own lives onto other black women. So I want to start with the Crimson Curse. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna start with 6 Feet Dummy, um, and see what she had up for Christmas. What she wanted to say about black women while black women were just minding their business. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to share my screen so that everybody can see what I saw. I wouldn't advise anybody to join the channels of either one of these women. But that's just me. So nonetheless, let's get into what 6 Feet the idiot had to say.
Very first treatment. Let's look at this. Let's just look at it.
Okay.
Recording.
And for some reason, I don't know if everybody else is having this issue, but I actually purchased the YouTube Premium, but it is not allowing me to skip commercials. So I mean, it's not being commercial free like it used to be. So I don't know if that's like something new with YouTube, but it is with mine. So I don't know if it's since my channel got taken, they're not allowing me to have access to that. But here we go. I'm gonna share my screen.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are
along Christmas. Okay, I'm scrolling my TL.
So this, let me.
I started to notice.
So whoever doesn't know, this is 6 Foot, 6 Foot priestess, 6 Foot the goddess, 6 Foot the dummy, whatever you want to call her. She is, and I wouldn't say that she's not a beautiful woman. She is a beautiful woman, but she is definitely a Mammy Ranger in her own race. She should definitely be at your top 5 list of Mammy Rangers. And she just has a very hateful relationship with black women, and I don't know why, but who cares? Here we go with 6 Foot and she calls herself 6 foot because she's 6 feet tall. And I think that sometimes because of her long frame, her blood circulation isn't able to travel all the way up to her brain to give her sufficient oxygen so that she can have an intelligent conversation. But here she goes.
A consistent pattern. Okay. Now, before I tell you guys specifically what it is that I noticed, first I'm going to show you this. So this is a post from a very popular blog that a lot of Black people follow. And I'm going to show you these photos. These are holiday photos of, people posting pictures for a crema. And I want you all to tell me what you notice in the similarities in these photos, except for one. Okay. And as you look through these photos and you begin to look at what the similarities are, I want you to always think about this. We as a people, we tend to not want to take baby steps. Okay. We're in a place right now where a lot of Black people want to go straight to talking about money and economics and government. And it's like, listen, okay, it's going to take us to put in intentional work to get past the very basic issues that we are having as a people. You can have all the money, all the status that you want in the world, but if you do not have your relationship skills intact, none of that matters. Okay. At the end of the day, life, the family.
So, okay, I'm gonna stop it there. Certain things that she says, I agree with her with. Everybody should have some form of course, communication skills. Everybody needs that, regardless of your race or gender of people. But you see the pictures that she showed, and you see the title of her video. It says, Black women expose themselves proudly in Christmas photo, single, pregnant, and toting babies. Sad. So she makes it seem like her video is going to be about Black women, and the photos are going to be Black women, and that this whole video, like I said, is going to be about Black women. But if you can, we're going to take a deeper look into the actual women that she's showing on her video. I'm going to skip forward a little bit to where she discusses the actual women on the video.
Let's really go ahead. Let's not talk too much. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. Here we go. Please tell me why there are not several comments under this post about how 90% of the women in this post are pick-me's. Living with a man, giving him free sex every night, giving him free children. He has gave you nothing in return. She has risked her body and her life twice. Body will never be the same. She's going to be toting these kids around the rest of her life. He has given her zero. Next. Look at this one.
Next, we're going to start right there. First of all, Tiana, who has children with G Herbo, because this is the thing. I'm sick of everybody being lumped in as a Black woman just because they have a little bit of melanin in their skin. Tiana is not a Black woman. I'm going to share the screen of Tiana's mother and Tiana's mother's family. Because this whole thing, every time somebody has a little bit of melanin, somebody puts on a wig, somebody gives some lip injections, they're all of a sudden called a Black woman. It has to stop. Like, it's certain things, of course, that Black women definitely need to that we have to take our own L for, but we're not going to take the L for women that are not even in our community. So let me show you guys actually Tiana's actual mother and Tiana's mother's family. This is Emily B. This is the woman who has children with Fabulous. This is his baby mother, who he got four kids with. Tiana is not his child, so I don't know what race Tiana's father actually is. But this is Emily B. This is Emily B's mother. This is Emily B's brothers. This is Emily B's family. Just because Emily B has accepted a Black male as her sperm donor and is laying up with Black peen and has lip injections and has gotten her body done does not make her a Black woman. Nor does it make her daughter a Black woman. The women who are not raised by Black, I don't care if you are biracial, if you are not raised by a Black woman, these women are not going to say that you have a Black woman's mentality. You have the mentality of the woman who raised you. Emily B was raised by this Latina mother who looks like a white Latina, and she decided to jump herself into the Black community and to Blackistan and get her a Black king who used and abused her. And her daughter has done the same. That is not Black women's problem. Let's go back to, I'm going to share my screen back. so we can get back into more of the women who she's stating are black women, which are not.
This one really makes you pull up your britches. Look how he's standing there. You know, it's interesting to me that a man can sit back and have 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 children, and then sit back with a look on their face like this and say things like, I don't do commitment. I ain't never getting married. I don't do relationship. The fact that a man can sit back like this, and the only thing that he had to give to get all of these beautiful children was some peen and his presence. That's it. He won. He has 4 legacies right here that will carry on his name and love him forever. And he had to give nothing in return. Black women are the reason why black men only are the prize.
I'm gonna stop it right there because the baby is a whole fool. He's the fool. This little child that is on the screen on the baby, this little bitty girl, the youngest one, is not by a black woman. The little boy and the oldest daughter on the screen are by a black woman. The son is not his, and she won. I'm gonna tell you why she won. Not because of the situation, but she won because she was a single mother with a son whose father was absent, and she found a well-off-to-do man who took on her son and is being a father to her son and their daughter. Hello, wisdom over feelings. Is being a father to her son and her daughter. So she did win. She didn't end up having a. This is the thing. Relationships are not guaranteed to last. They just aren't. Especially in this day and time where divorces are over 50% of ending marriages. I'm sorry, ending over 50% divorces. So stating that she didn't win, I feel like she won. She got a man that actually is financially and emotionally there for her son who doesn't have a father, and she got a father who is a good father to her daughter. Now, again, she's saying that black women made him the prize when let me show you who his baby's mama is, because we're going to stop acting as if every person, this is his daughter's mother, the littlest one. She didn't include in her little rant that Latina women also have made black women a prize, and that white women have made black women a prize, and every race of women who keeps jumping from their community where they have men who have actually built a community for them are jumping over into the black community and laying up with dust, making them the prize. This is not just a black woman's issue, and we'll get to that at the end of who's really becoming the biggest losers within this whole equation. Let me share my screen again, and let's get back to what this fool had to say.
And these children are the result of 3 different women making this man the prize. He finessed 3 women, maybe even 4. I can't keep up half the time. He convinced 3, maybe 4 women to give him these back to back to back. The women that gave him these children, they fought each other and disgraced each other to be the one to have the opportunity to.
Well, let's be clear. The Latina was the one that was trying to fight everybody. Not that it makes it any better, because I would have preferred that all these women, specifically the black ones, I don't care about what the other ones would have done, but that the women would have made better choices. Like I said, I believe that Mimi made a not so bad choice because she got a man who's taking care of both of her children. But it wasn't the black woman fighting, it was the Latina woman that was fighting. Let's keep going.
Lay down and give him these free kids. He is the prize. Black women made him the prize. Here we go again. Look at him cheesing with a baby. Didn't have to do nothing for it. Didn't have to walk down no aisle. Didn't have to put nothing at risk. Didn't have to risk a dime, a dollar. Cheesing with the baby. Got my baby. Gotcha, bitch. Black women made black men the prize.
I'm gonna have to stop her again, because that man that she just showed His child's mother is not a black woman. Y'all not gonna keep putting this stuff off on black women. You know, like I said, black women got our own issues. We got enough problems that we're trying to work through. We climbing up to the top. We're trying to get ourselves focused on our careers, on building better families, on having better reputations, and just showing a lot more respect for ourselves. But every time that a black man lay down with a woman and have a baby, somehow y'all just want to call the woman a black woman, regardless of whether she's black or not. Let me show you Soldier Boy and his baby mama, because we gonna stop this. We really gonna stop. Y'all not finna put everybody's L off on black woman. This is Soldier Boy and his baby mama. Because I'm gonna need Six the Goddess to know what the hell she's talking about. She just literally just throws things in the mix and just comes up with these videos because she saw black men and they side, and I won't call them they side chicks. She saw black men and women that they've chosen to impregnate all over the internet, and she's decided, I'm gonna make a video and say that it's black women's fault. No, nope, nope. We're not taking the L for black men and their choices and the women that they are impregnating. This is Soldier's Boy baby mama. So go holler at her community about why she's chosen to lay down and give that man a legacy. But you're not going to keep putting it off on black women.
Only. Oh God, look at this one. Okay. Y'all in the comments leaving heart eyes and 100s and smiley faces talking about so beautiful. Here we go. If it's not us alone, it's us using our bodies and our wombs to give children with melanin to these folks. How does no one see that this is our biggest problem as a collective? Is it just me? I don't feel comfortable sitting around as a woman denouncing my own men in my race when it is women that look like me that is a big contribution to why we're in this space.
She literally said that she didn't say anything about all these women that I just shown that were not black women who black men have given their legacy to. But she's mad at Naomi Campbell for having given her legacy to a non-black man, saying she would feel uncomfortable for downgrading her own race and giving a legacy to a man of another race. Did you it's the complete audacity for me. This woman is completely delusional. She made it seem like all these black men had black baby mamas, which they did not. And then Naomi Campbell, who I believe is actually married to her child's father, she's denouncing her because she said that she gave her womb to a non-black man, but had nothing to say about the men who gave their dusty sperm to non-black women. But then she claimed that these women were black, and like I've shown you, none of those women were black.
Then when you do have us out here, look at us, look who we with to produce what kind of children? Children that will have white minds and slightly melanated skin to be able to survive as the ozone layer dissipates.
How are these children having white minds, but the children, and they're raised by an actual black mother who's going to be the first teacher of them, who's going to show them how to do hair, who's going to show them how to cook, who's going to pass on her morals and values. And these black men are having children by non-black women, who these children will be raised within their families and learn their tradition, not the black family. They'll be raised within the woman, whatever race she is, or nationality or ethnicity, whatever. They'll be raised with the mother, and they'll learn her family's traditions. But somehow you believe that a black woman who will be the first teacher of her own children are going to raise her children with a white mindset. The thing is, if she needs to raise them with a mindset outside of Blackistan so that they don't turn out to be dusty degenerates like a lot of the black men that are within the black community. I wouldn't raise, with all the issues and problems that we have within the black community, why would you want to raise them with the mindset of the people who are basically at the bottom. And that's not to belittle us as a people, but we got a lot of issues. So we need to raise our children with some type of different mindset than what we've been raised with. Let's keep going.
In this damn earth. Here we go. I don't even know who this is. All I see, a woman, 2 kids by herself. It's the habitual baby mama thing for me. I remember when I had my son, I was so young, and I quickly caught on that it's not about having a family. It's not about having a baby. It's about having a family. Okay. And the sad part about it is most baby mamas will habitually offend. I was able to say, you know what? This is not it. I'm never doing that again. Next time I pop one out of here, baby, it's going to be in a healthy relationship, a healthy marriage, or it won't happen at all. And that's just it. But it's the habitual baby mama-ism that is really sending me. We'll do it over and over. Here go another one. Crazy as hell. She crazy, got with a crazy dude, crazy, unstable, unhealthy relationship, ends in chaos. Now here she is in her Christmas photos alone. Like it's cute. We think this is so cute. Here go another one. Beautiful baby for free. Beautiful baby she gave to a man that have 10 other ones just like him from 10 other women. He didn't give her nothing in return but a little presents and a little peen.
And that's exactly what your baby daddy gave you. A little bit of time and left you as a teenage mom, a single mom, and gave you nothing. And I'm pretty sure you don't get the amount of child support that this woman gets. And her son's father actually is a active father, unlike the child's father that you have. Next.
Black women made black men the prize only. Stop asking why they did the prize, because you made it a prize. Here go another one. Here go habitual baby mama-ism. She on her second one. An influencer that so many young girls look up to. She ain't saying nothing like, hey, y'all, we got to stop giving these men these babies.
Did you tell this the thing? Are y'all it was so many women, Kylie Jenner, her sister Khloe Kardashian, whatever her name is. There was so many non-black women who had pictures, solo pictures with their children, and they weren't being degraded, they weren't being belittled. So you've shown 2 black women out of the 5 pictures. 2 actual black women, the other women are not black, 2 actual black women. And for some reason, they are belittled and disgraced because they actually took a picture with their children. I'm assuming that since she became a baby mama, that she hasn't took any type of pictures with her children. Who are these? These are a Sleepy Bee. These are celebrity women. Because she went on the Shade Room and found these pictures. So these women actually are having fun during the holidays, enjoying their family, taking pictures, and for some reason, 6 Foot the Dummy is mad about it.
These for free. This is ridiculous. We got to start getting some in return, which is these men's names.
Girl, but you ain't got nobody name. Like it's the audacity, the hypocrisy for me. You have nobody's name. You have been a single mother since you've been a teenager. You don't have nobody's name. You're not married. You just sit on your podcast in your bathroom, and you want to degrade and belittle other people who are actually seem like they're enjoying themselves and enjoying their lives and enjoying their children.
Make these men have something to lose. Make them be a prize for us, and we'll be a prize to them. We got to stop just giving them all this for nothing in return.
And that I will agree with her with. I believe that Black women definitely have to lift our standards. We definitely have to stop making Black men the prize, treating them as if they're the prize. But if you go on her channel, she's definitely somebody who believes that Black men are the prize. These women have made mistakes, and they are now enjoying their lives, enjoying their children, and they should not be shamed for taking Christmas pictures with their children.
But peen, lies, and a little bit of presence.
I think she's self-reflecting on what she got.
There go one baby from the rap industry. Wonder who? Only Black women will post up being pregnant, and we gotta ask by who.
No, only Black women are the ones that are women who everybody's in their business. It's not nobody's business who she's pregnant by. It really isn't. It's not anybody's business who this woman is pregnant by.
And all Black women will sit in those comments and protect this. Do you know what happened if I would comment on this picture and say, sis, this ain't it, take this down. We don't even know who you pregnant by. We got to ask by who. You on your second baby, unmarried, giving all these men, guarantee you, oh, that money is not from whoever her daddy is.
When you have a second child, it's not going to be by your son's dad. Did you not realize that you said you had a child young and out of wedlock, and that you wouldn't make that the mistake again the next time you have to be married? Your second child, Six the Dummy, would not be by the first child's daddy. You're unmarried single mama sitting on your podcast in your bathroom. Stop playing.
Bet you this is a whole nother one. Okay? But if you were to get on here, if a woman posts cooking and cleaning for my man, stop being a maid. But then women post this, crickets. She on the second one. She on the roll.
Girl, you would be on the second one.
Okay? Now here go the one married family. But y'all hate this one. Y'all cannot stand this.
This is why I say I believe that she identifies as a Black male. Black women are not hating on Sierra and her family. Black women and Sierra's family are literally a lot of Black women's goals. They say it every single day on the internet. They hype this family up. They tell them how beautiful they are. They give Sierra congratulations for upgrading her life and upgrading her standards. The only people who say that they hate this woman and are constantly calling Russell a simp and saying that Sierra is and slut shaming Sierra is Black men. That's why I believe, I don't know if up under her clothing that she may be, something else, or if she identified as something else in her prior life. But there is no Black women that are shaming Sierra and her beautiful family.
You see how sick we are? The only married couple in here, everybody hates. Okay, everybody hates this couple. Everybody hates that she made a mistake. Everyone hates that she was immature and acting dumb, and then
Girl, you hating on all these other people that were immature and young and acting like they can't change their lives around and they're not allowed to make a mistake. Nobody hates Sierra's family but Black men, and you.
Got her act together, got married, and did it right after that. Y'all hate this. Y'all hate that he loves this woman. Y'all hate that he treats her right in the public eye. We don't know what they do behind closed doors, but we know they married. Okay, we know they legitimized everything, and it's the ones we hate. We congratulate this. We love this. Nothing negative to say. But this one, we will again publicly express disdain for. Here go this one. Was with a man for what, 20 years? Gave him all these kids, never married her. She got nothing in return.
That's the last family that she's going to show. But again, I'm going to show the last one. You see, that's Emily B. That's Fabulous's baby's mother and their children. And this is Emily B's family. Stop playing. This is her family. That is not a Black woman. You are not going to keep putting off all this, everybody's problems, everybody's mistakes are not going to be blamed on black women. Emily B is a whole white Latina. She may be she may be of some type of mixed race, but she is definitely not a black woman. Emily B is a white Latina, maybe a mixed race Latina, but she's not a black woman, and you're not gonna keep putting off. This is Emily B. This is not a black woman. Now there are some lighter skinned black women, but we just saw Emily B's family, her mother and her brothers. This is not a black woman. Stop playing with us. Stop making it seem like every person who goes and get lips injections and goes and get their butt done and wears weave is a black woman, because they're not. So I'm really pretty much done with 6 foot the problem. She's always got something negative to say. I don't know why somebody so pretty on the outside is so very, very ugly and disgusting on the inside, but she is. So let me share the second Mammy Ranger, and that is going to be Crimson the Curse. Crimson Curse has a huge problem with black women. I don't know if Crimson Curse has just been hurt by black women. I don't know if maybe some black woman took her man or something, but she has a huge issue with black women. And I gotta share Crimson Curse's videos. If you go to these women's pages, they are like so terrible. Let me share hold on. Why is this looking like this? Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me share Crimson Curses. Okay, here we go.
The high value man. Yeah. So if you're okay, so you've been through a lot, I've been through a lot. I'm seeing as you good.
First of all, you see Crimson Curses description of the video. It says black women always regret being 304s. You see who she is talking about. This whole video is about Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is not a black woman. Brittany Renner is the product of a dusty black man who left her family, and her whorish white mother, who she says never raised her, ran and in her own words said her mother ran off chasing Peen, Black Peen to be exact, and left her with her very white grandparents, and she was raised in a very white and racist community. A woman who is raised with a white mother cannot be blamed on black women. First of all, she's not black, she's biracial. But if she was a biracial that was raised by a black mother, then you could say, hey, she's got the mentality of black women because black women raised her. This woman was raised by white people. She has a white mother who was barely there for her, who she said never told her she loved her, and her dad who has been always abstinence, because we all know that the highest growing group of single mothers with their babies are white women with biracial children. So let's see what Crimson Curse has to say.
Okay, so you've been through a lot, I've been through a lot. I'm seen as you good, you're seen as a high value man. Yeah. So if you're me, then what? What's next?
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's interesting you make the observation, and you are correct. That's the difference between the masculine and the feminine. It's unfair, I guess. The world's not fair, but that's the difference between the masculine and the feminine. Men are respected for going through things and surviving, and women are the complete opposite. They're shamed for going through things and surviving. If you look at women love scars on men for a reason. He's gone through something he did. Yeah, the war. Men don't want a shit covered in scars. I'll say this right now, that a woman, the more trauma she goes through, the more masculine she naturally becomes. And if you were to give me my ideal woman, I would not want her to have a hard life and a bunch of trauma. I like the idea of her having a soft feminine life and being a soft person, and I can take care of her and protect her. Whereas as a man, to be a good man, you need to have been through a bunch of trauma.
So growing up in the black community, the majority of people are going to go through trauma. It just is what it is. The black community is a rough place. The black community is full of violence. It's full of crime. It's full of sexual deviancy. So for you to believe that women who come out of those situations are going to be these dainty, passive feminine creatures is absurd. So when he says that he doesn't want women who went through trauma, then guess what? Stop putting them through trauma. He's not a black man. I don't know what race he is. They said his father is biracial and his mom is white, so he's white to me. Brittany Renner, like I said, is not a black woman, so I don't even see any black people on this entire panel having a conversation. I see a bunch of mixed race people having a conversation. So I don't, like I said again, I don't know how black women even got added into this equation because there's no black people on this whole panel. But to say that you don't, that women who have went through trauma are then masculine and are undateable and are unworthy of love, well, then guess what? The majority of the trauma that black women go through in the black community is caused by black men. It just is what it is. You can't walk down the street without them yelling and screaming, shorty, baby, trying to stop their car on the side of you, trying to pick you up. 6 in 10 black girls, meaning 60%, have had some type of sexual assault done to them during their childhood. Black teenage girls are being impregnated by grown black men. It's just a lot of trauma growing up in a lot of black communities. And I'm not saying that all black people grow up like that, but it's a large percentage of them that do. So when you say that so when you say that women who have went through trauma are unworthy of being loved, then guess what? Stop putting them through trauma. And then when they do try to grow and to go above that and try to get beyond that by leaving the community that is causing them trauma, all of a sudden they're bad wenches, they are sellouts, they're disgraced and so that they're not better than anybody else, they're not going to be anything better than what anybody else has going on. And that's all. This whole mentality comes from the Mammy Rangers. The Mammy Rangers love to tell you that you ain't shit if you in the community and love to tell you that you ain't shit if you leave the community. I got one more thing that the Mammy Ranger had to say, and then I'm gonna end it.
Nobody never telling us. We know that sleeping with a bunch of dudes lowers our value in the eyes of those men. We feel it in our heart. We feel
Okay, that's not where I wanted to start it. Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, right here.
Been through, the more masculine you are. This is why black women are masculine like this. Not because your life was so hard growing up as a kid, you had to do. That's the excuse. Oh, we masculine because we got to take care of ourselves. No, you masculine because you're whoring around. It actually make you hard as a woman. It hardens you. Being with a bunch of men just off GP is a trauma in and of itself. And a lot of women like to cap and say, well, the only reason I'm hoeing like this is because of some other trauma that happened to me before. That may be true in some cases. That's not true in everybody's case. You hoeing because you allowed society to tell you that it was okay for you to do that.
Nope. They hoeing because, first of all, black women ain't the only ones hoeing. But since we're speaking about black women, they're hoeing, as you want to call it, because for one, is they damn body and they can do whatever they want to with it. I personally am trying my very best to advocate that black women do not whore around in the black community or any other community, but specifically the black community, because the men are the biggest whores. They're sleeping with everybody they're sleeping with the women, the men, the trans, the dogs, and the cats. And the increase in STIs within the black community is caused by the whoring around of the men, spreading it to the women. But that I digress. That's for a different subject. They're whoring because they're being touched at 5 years old, and all they know is sexual behavior. They're being taught sexual behavior at a very young age. 60% of them are being taught sexual behavior at a very young age within their homes, at the neighbor home, at their house, at their cousin house, at their auntie house, at whomever house. They're being taught very sexual behavior at a very young age, and they are continuing that behavior as teens and adults. And yes, they are going through trauma, and they're being taught in a community that their sexual promiscuity is a way to elevate them to get things that they want because they're so poor and their self-esteem is so low that they believe that that's how they can get things and that they can feel good about themselves. That's the reason that they're horned.
And that society wouldn't judge you for it. That's why you're doing it. And then you get to a point like Brittany got to realize that society really does judge you. And not only does society judge you as a whole, the men that you meet, they all view you in that same kind of way. Now they just want to clap cheeks. Why? Because that has been your value. That has been who you are. You've approached sex in a transactional way for too long. Too long.
That I can agree with some of the things she's saying. My whole reason for this post and putting her on it is because she has an entire video with a non-black woman and is calling her a black woman and is saying that her actions as a non-black woman is the result of her being a black woman. And it's just not like, stop putting other races and ethnicities of women's trauma and their so-called whorish behavior onto black women. Brittany Renner is not a black woman. Brittany Renner is a woman that was created by a dusty black male peen and a trashy a trailer park white mom. Take that to their community and talk to them about it. I'm going to open the panel. If anybody has anything to say or wants to come up and discuss this entire conversation of whether or not black women should be a little bit more modest with their bodies, and if black women are giving themselves away to black men too often, which I believe that they are not just giving themselves away to black men too often, but I believe that black women are limiting their options too much, which is causing them to put black men as a prize and to place black men on a pedestal that they do not deserve to be on. And the fact that you are remaining in the black community and limiting yourself to the black community is the reason why the body counts are getting so high, because you're with a man for a couple months, you think it's going good, and he's cheated on you 5 times he's cheated on you 5 times with women, men, whomever. And then so you try to move on, and it's the same rinse and repeat. It's the same thing. Black women are going through the same relationship over and over and over again. And no, they're not going to stay in a relationship with men who are treating them this way, so they end up with another man. But what I will say is we shouldn't be having kids with every single man that we deal with, because they don't deserve for us to pass on their legacies and to ruin our bodies and to deal with 18 years of stress with men that we don't have any intention on being long-term with, and don't have any intention on being long-term with us. But the fact of the matter is that the women that these two Mammy Rangers have broadcasted on both of their videos are not even black women. They're not even black women. If you got something to say about black women, then I want you to show true examples of actual black women. Don't take women from other communities and their problems and their issues and put it off on black women. It's not fair to us. We got our own problems. Take that to the Latina community. Ask them why they sucking on dusty peen, and why they allowing dusty children to be brought into their communities, and why they are now. Let me show this. We're gonna show who the number one the number one single mother is starting to become. You see it. You see it. Rates of births and white single moms accelerates. It's accelerating. Says unmarried. In the minds of the public, the single mother is always considered to be a minority. Who co-authored about unwed mothers in Philadelphia and Camden with Catherine Eden. But the fastest shift in this demographic is whites driving the trend. The rate of unmarried white females having babies nearly tripled between 1980 and 2016, rising from 10% to almost 30%. That figure, which measures births to females between the ages of 15 and 44, about twice as high as the 15% of births to unmarried women back in 1990. So, who do you believe these women are having children with? Who do you think this mass increase of white single motherhood? Who do you think that the fathers of these children are? Who do you think is leaving these women unmarried with babies all over the place, on welfare, no education, and relying on government assistance? Who do you think is leaving these white women with these babies? This is her. This is the face of single motherhood. So this is my thing. If women like Crimson Curse and 6 Foot Dummy would like to protest against the behaviors of Black women, I would like to do that as well. Black women, it's some behaviors that we definitely need to change, and we have to gain self-respect for ourselves, and we need to really know how beautiful and strong a women that we are. But the majority of the self-esteem issues that have come from Black women have come from within the Black community. Black women have been disgraced, have been belittled, have been talked down upon for too long. I feel like it's a shift in the community as far as us. I feel like we're starting to gain some self-esteem. I feel like we are starting to love ourselves. And women like Crimson Curse and 6 Foot the Dummy are women that we definitely need to fight against. Like, stay away from these women, but we have to fight their narrative because they have very big channels and they are loud and proud with misinformation about Black women. So I will make a series about Mammy Rangers and the destruction that they cause within the self-esteem of Black women and their attempts to drag us back into the Black community, back into poverty, their attempts to have us be at the bottom of the totem pole, and how we need to continue to fight against that. Thank you for all coming to my channel. Make sure that you're hitting that like button. And again, I got the stream. I have the link at the bottom. If anybody would like to come up and say anything before I check up out of here, they are free to do so. I'll give people a couple seconds to hit the link if they would like to. If you're not hit the link, make sure that you definitely hit the like button so that we can bring more people to the post. If anybody is like a sub of either one of these ladies and you feel like they are spreading information that they are correct in the information that they're spreading, and you feel like they have some valid points, please do hit the link button because we need to talk. We got some talking to do, because both of them are definitely Mammy Rangers to me. Mammy Rangers with that get no prize from being Mammy Rangers, and they have actually been dethroned by just Pearly. They continue to climb on up Mammy Mountain with no end in sight. That mountain must be up to the heaven because them ladies just keep on climbing up it. Anyway, so Thank you all for coming. Make sure you hit the like button. Until next time, peace.